Well, it's a really good cause. You know, it's leukemia in blood, and you think what those people have to go through, and we put ourselves through 15 minutes, if I can reach that. You know, anywhere up to 20 minutes sort of pain, to raise money for leukemia in blood. And this year's the 10th year, so they want to get $1 million. So I think there's 600 firemen in at the moment with it, maybe another 150. And Tony Scott, who's organising it up there, he has said if every fireman can get $1,500, well, there's $1 million. So that's the aim. I had an auntie many years ago who died of cancer. I've got a friend here in Ashburton currently whose father's not well. And so you get those sort of personal touches. But as you know, and I know, it's just so widespread. It touches so many people. So to work with New Zealand Fire Service in the voluntary capacity and have the opportunity to do this type of thing, it's a personal challenge, but it's for a good cause. There's the two categories really, what they call donned, which is wearing the gear, or donned and started, which is wearing the BA mask. I'm just going donned this year. I just thought I'd give it a go. I'm an old bugger. I thought I'd have a go and see if I can get there. But for donned and started, they do a first, second, third for the open category, the over 40s, the over 50s. For just the donned category, they just do a first, second, third. And I think if I was to get anywhere near that, I'm going to have to do the thing in about probably 10 or 12 minutes, which I think is a bit out of my category. I'm aiming for 15. If I can do it in 15, I'll be thrilled. It's 25 kilograms worth of gear.
Yeah.
Warren Maslin and I did some training on Monday morning at 6 o'clock, and we wore the steel cylinders, and I weighed in at 117 kg. Now I'm about 88, so we had about 29 kg worth of stuff on Monday. The alloy cylinder I wore this morning with all the gear is about 25 to 26 kilograms. And I think you can see it's fireproof stuff, and it's very, very hot. Yeah. So I'm losing a huge amount of sweat, getting a bit dehydrated, so I think I'm just going to have to monitor some of that. Yeah. And but that's what I enjoy. I know I've had a workout, and I've just got to keep going. Yeah. Certainly I've done a lot of Facebook stuff, and I've gone for a walk up the road several times, and I've put out some flyers.
Oh, yeah.
And the Facebook fundraising is going really well because people can just log in and put the funds straight through. So I've got $1,000, which is fantastic. Jesus. So at the moment I was sitting about 6th in New Zealand, which is great. Oh, really? But it'll be absolutely incredible to get 5 if I could, and I think the challenge for me is to get a bit of knowledge and get myself out there to some of the businesses in town. Jeff Marshall, Suzuki and Cranfield Glass have come to the party and really helped me out. Personally, they've covered my accommodation in Auckland. And one of the sponsors from school, Fernware Furniture, have covered my flights. So I'm all sort of set, so now I can concentrate on that fundraising. So we'll see how we go. I saw it last year. I was on a holiday with my family in Auckland, and because I teach in Rakaia, I turn out for the Rakaia Fire Brigade, and they had 6 of their guys doing it last year, and they did a fantastic job. And so it really spurred me on to have a go. And so I'll try and do some training with them this year, and certainly the training here at the Somerset House there's been great, because that 60 stairs is about the highest we can get in mid-Canterbury. So the challenge there is to just keep doing that. So, well, here in town, and it is slightly artificial in the sense that you've got 60 stairs up, but you're coming down as well.
Yeah.
And we're not going to do that in the Sky Tier. It's going to be up all the time. So I try to push down a bit if I can, and if I can get 20 times up and down, I think that's 1,180 stairs. So there's 1,103 in the Sky Tower. So I think this week currently I'm at about 2,500 up and down.
Yeah. So
if I just keep going, and the challenge for me is when I get back to school, I've got to fit it in around karate and everything else as well. But it should give me a good base, and I'm excited about the opportunity. If I can keep it going nice and steady, then the stairs shouldn't be a problem. I believe that the challenge certainly at the moment seems to be the lungs, and it's just keeping that pace going, and I think you get a real sense of what some of these endurance athletes are like, and the pace that you've sort of got to keep. Yeah. I think the biggest challenge right now, Erin, is getting out there to touch people, in the sense that I'm sure there are businesses in Ashburton that would be able to get behind this and say that they've helped out. And that's my challenge, to get my paperwork out there and say, hey, if you've got a donation, because it doesn't have to go through me, it can go straight through the web. They get their receipt and they can claim it on their tax. But my personal challenge is that 5, if I can get there. There's 2 guys in New Zealand right now at early stages who are at $4,500 each, some of them. But that's just connections and networks, and I've got plenty of time. We've done a lot of competitions with some of the guys. We do the New Zealand Combat Challenge, and we've seen some of the teams. So it's camaraderie, you're meeting a lot of mates. There's a bit of banter on Facebook with each other about our training and what we're doing. And so you get to meet up for that day, you push it out for 15 or 20 minutes, and then you get to catch up with the guys, go out to the presentations that night and fly home.